Welcome to episode 373 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from thegeeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
All right, we're back for another normal tech and gaming related show.
Yes.
And I don't know. I don't know how long this is going to be. We were struggling to find topics, and
Yeah.
might be a shorter show, but that's all right.
That's okay too.
Yeah. What have you been up to though, Stuart?
Well, there has been something I have been playing. And that's Dragon Ball Z Kai. Or, not Kai, Kakarot.
I was like, wait, what?
So, for some reason, Dragon Ball Z Kai comes out of my mouth a lot easier than Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So. Yeah. This could have been so good. It could have been so good. But it's very mediocre. Very mediocre.
Yeah, I saw a couple videos, like first looks and stuff like that, and first impression videos and all that, and it seems like they like the what I kept hearing was they focused a lot of stuff on things that just didn't make sense. Like you can cook items and you can cook stuff and
But there's
have
not.
different foods that do that increase different stats or whatnot. And
By they focused on it, they mean they actually put it into the game? Sure. I mean, there's nothing more than what you just said. I mean, you can fish, you can gather food, and you can cook them and eat them for stats. For permanent stat boost, by the way. It's permanent stat boosts.
yeah,
Not like a temporary thing. Well, there is temporary,
There are
but
items,
there's
yeah.
also personal. Like on like the same food. It's like you'll get 50% to your HP permanently, but you also get a 10% buff for 3 minutes.
okay, yeah. And what was it? Another complaint I heard was, well, which is hard when you're doing a game based on and it's pretty much the story that's been told before. Like, oh, I'm doing this battle and I'm having such a hard time, fighting this boss, say, and I actually beat him, and then I'm supposed to lose anyways
Right.
because that's and that's a
Or
hard thing to do.
the opposite of like, like I know how this fight goes. I know I'm supposed to just like demolish the dude, like absolutely obliterate him, and I'm having it. It's a normal ass fight. Like he's getting hits in. I'm losing a lot of health, and I just barely make it like every other fight. Like, hold no, that's not how that went. And they could have fixed that. Like they could have, like, I'm the one I'm talking about right now is the raccoon fight, because the raccoon fight, like Goku literally one shots him. He elbows him to the gut and he goes down.
Yep.
Which, by the way, happens in a cutscene. But there's still a fight beforehand. So, okay. But, like, they could have fixed it by, like, having, like, Raccoon, like, 10, 15 levels below you. And just win the fight that way.
Oh, what was it? I heard there was another. Was the little Ginyu guy who can freeze time? I heard his fight was different than the actual anime. The way he
Goldo.
gets defeated. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there was a lot of liberties kind of taken there. There's liberties taken where they slightly change the story to fit the thing, and then there's parts where they just omit story completely. Where like Nappa, early on, like Nappa, like you're, you see him in one cut scene, and he's in, see his Saiyan armor whatsoever, and then in the very next cut scene you see him like less, a couple of seconds later, he's just in his briefs. Like, the fuck happened to his clothes? I mean, I know what happened to his clothes because I've seen the show, but like all of a sudden they're gone. There's like no explanation for it.
Yeah.
See, I knew something about this game was going to be kind of wrong during the Raditz fight, where Piccolo uses his special beam cannon to hit both Raditz and Goku. Piccolo still had both arms.
Oh God, yeah, that's
I
no
knew something was going
good.
to be wrong when he still had. I'm like, he still has both arms. He still has both arms. That's not right.
Yeah, that's
I
not right at
I
all.
I should have just went Steam refund, but I didn't. No, instead I kept it, and I've at least played through the Frieza saga.
Yeah, see, one of the videos I was watching, they did their like first impressions video, like Goku fighting Frieza, and they ended with like him in the transformation to Super Saiyan and all that. And I gotta say that Goku transforming to Super Saiyan like for the
That
first time.
first fight when you transform into Super Saiyan was fucking awesome
Yeah, they
because
were
they're
like, why can't this be the way the game is all the time? Like he's moving a lot more fluid when you're fighting, and it feels so
yes,
much better. They were
and
talking about that.
there was like kind of like special like cut like brief little cut scenes for like you hit a bunch of times and all of a sudden you do this move that you can't normally do, like what is going on? That should. And also there's this meter that you have when you've built up this I don't forget what it's called. It's just meter on the side of your health bar, and then you have all of your ki. You can do this thing where you briefly kind of power up, and like you get like a buff to all your stats, and like punches, you hit harder and all that. Well, that first fight when you're transformed, that is fully maxed the entire time. Like that effect is going on the entire time, and it's fucking cool. And then the next fight, it's not. Like
Yeah.
it's not, even though you are transformed.
I also heard that there's a weird delay from like doing combos into like say a Kamehameha. Like you can't just like do
No.
hit him, Kamehameha. Like there's a weird delay to that. Like
Yes,
which in
there
other
is a
games
delay.
you've been able to do that. Other Dragon Ball
Yes.
Z
Well,
games you have.
the other games have been fighters. This one is not a fighter, and that's like, why is this not? Because like they could have easily done this, like like, the controls could have easily been the same as in Xenoverse. It's kind of played
It could have been a
exact same way that this could
fighter,
have been.
but with RPG elements. Yeah.
Yes, and that's exactly what Xenoverse was. It was a fighter with RPG elements. That's what this could have been, and it could have been fine. It could have been okay, but they didn't. Instead, they made a really shitty fighter and a very very weak RPG, which make this a very mediocre, like low mediocre game. And it's just like, why? Um, Also, I have to point this out because there's been I've noticed some issues, some errors, and I will show you one of the errors now.
This is gonna break my
Okay,
heart, isn't it?
I'm gonna see if you can catch it. I'm gonna see if you can catch it because I caught this error immediately. All right, make sure. I think the audio is gonna play through. Yeah. Okay. All right. See if you can catch the error here.
So they've finally arrived.
You
I
catch it?
I didn't. What was it?
I'll I'll here. I'll play it again. Here, I'll just fast forward to it. Come on. And listen to the names that they call out. All right? Listen to the names. Did
Oh,
you hear it?
okay. Yeah. That's a little weird.
Yeah. It was... And... Raccoon said Chase.
Yeah, like...
And the subtitles said guys. So like it was even wrong in the subtitles.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is kind of...
And it's not the only audio issue that I've come across. There were like before that when when Vegeta's limping away from Earth after Goku beats him, and Krillin is like, I'm going to kill him because he could come back later and kill us all, and Goku's like, no, you know, let him go. That whole scene, you know, Goku's laying on the ground going, let him go, please, Krillin, let him go. But Goku, he could come back and kill us. So forget exactly what he says, but it ended up Goku having to say something in the affirmative. So in like the entire time he's talking like he's hurt, he's weak, and then he just says, "Okay, what that." Okay, that didn't match up with anything what you just said before. All right.
Those could be weird audio glitches, bugs, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was another one. It was like soon after uh Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma landed on Namek. Krillin says a line, and then he says it again, and it was done in a way like the voice actor did like slightly different takes, like one right after another, but they kept both.
Huh.
Like it, you know, there was stuff like that. But there is also something. I will probably end up finishing this game just because. Um.
Might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I bought it and so might
I've
as well
heard
finish
some
it.
people
I'm halfway
talk
through.
about like it's more or less a good way to get through the Dragon Ball story again. Like,
It is, but like I said, because it omits some like things in the story, it's not good for somebody who has never seen Dragon Ball Z.
now do we know what all it is included in this,
Up until
or
Boo.
do you know? But I mean, does that mean like, is there the Otherworld tournament,
Doubt it.
for instance, Garlic Jr.?
I doubt it.
Such a shame because like those two
Because
sagas get like,
they do, because they're omitted from Kai.
yeah, which I
So
like the Garlic
because
Jr.
they're not
saga.
there, I doubt they're gonna happen here.
I enjoyed the Garlic Jr. saga. It had a real, had a real, it had a kind of a creepy feeling vibe to it. It was different than everything else in Dragon Ball Z. You know,
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be in this.
and the other world
But
tournament was just fun because you had all these different, crazy, unique characters, and Pycon is the man.
and you had the ZZ Top as the Grand Kai.
The great guy, yeah. uh,
But yeah, just it's a disappointment. Like, and I'm planning on playing this. I'm like this could have been. I'm thinking of like ways like I could have made this better. It's like, one, I would have named this Dragon Ball Kakarot, and like start at the fucking beginning. Tell a story that's not told a whole lot. Yeah, we've seen Dragon Ball Z tons of times, but how often have we seen the Dragon Ball story? Barely any. It's like, why not go back and tell that story from the beginning? And like in this game, you can find screen just clips, not clips, pictures of like original Dragon Ball footage. Like here's just a screenshot of this scene of when Bulma first met Goku, and Goku thought that Bulma's car was a monster and like picked it up over his head and was gonna throw it. Like those are like there's stills of it in the game, but that's it.
like if you're doing the story of Goku, start at or
Start with the beginning. Start at the beginning.
the beginning. Exactly. Oh, another complaint I heard was you don't actually get to run Snake Way.
No, yeah, it'd have been cool. Like there was a lot of things like this game. I've never said this before. This game could use more mini games.
Okay.
Like, well, for instance, Piccolo blowing up the moon. Give me like a little reticle to aim at the moon, or like when Piccolo throws Gohan into the forest and says survive. When he's training him, and like Gohan's being chased by a dinosaur. Like, give me like a little like mini game where like you jump out of the way of the biting dinosaur.
Well, I did see a headline for an article that makes it seem like you might be able to drive a car for when they're getting their license.
Oh no, yeah, that's 100% in the game. There's no might be there. That's 100% in the game, and
Okay.
that was in the trailers.
Okay, I don't know. I
That
didn't
was
really
that
look
was
too much.
that was in the trailers for this.
I don't know. That's
But also, here's the thing: like, it's not gonna be. I don't know fucking when you could do that though, because like if you think about it, like the beginning of of Dragon Ball Z, Goku's not around. Goku's never around, so you actually rarely ever play as fucking Goku. Like really, like you play as Goku, beginning of the Raditz stuff, and then you're
so.
Gohan forever.
So there's
But
no like. So there, we know there's no Snake Way stuff, but there's no like him training at King Kai's planet.
you see cutscenes of it.
Oh, that see, there could be so many. There could be mini games with that, like
Catchy
chasing
bubbles.
Gregory.
Jason
Or
Gregory. Yes.
yeah,
There could have been stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah,
that would have been so much fun.
that's the
Yeah.
kind of stuff I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking of like ways this could have been so much better. But there is there is something to say about like the, you know, like, oh no, my son has been kidnapped by my so-called brother. I will save my son after I catch these fish. There is something that's like, oh yeah, I'll get to you eventually. I got some fish to catch. But like, after a while, you realize it's pointless though. Like, grinding is pointless in this game, because like when you're not playing a character and like they're supposedly off training somewhere, like Goku, when they come back, they get just a shit ton of XP. And like you're put at the level that the game thinks you should be at this point.
Okay.
And like the little fights you can like there's guys just hanging around the maps and stuff that you can fight. It's like, you know, I need 20,000 XP to level up. I'm gonna fight this guy, this random dude. Okay, I fought him. 900. I'm sorry? Yeah, you only get 900 XP for this. It'd take me for fucking ever.
Yeah, when they announced this, like that was like just oh my god, this is going to be the coolest thing ever. You know, Dragon Ball Z RPG, like you know, and it just did not live up to anyone's expectations.
Yeah, I say if you want to play a good Dragon Ball game, you know, I would recommend the Xenoverse games.
Are they on sale still? I think. Let me look
Because
this
like
up real quick.
at least with the Xenoverse stuff, like one, you create your own character, which is cool in that world. Two, like even if you know the story, it's not the same because like things are being changed in that, you know, it's an alternate version. You know, it's like, you know, how are the Ginyu Force on Earth? They've never been on Earth. What the fuck is going on? It's stuff like that.
Well, except Captain Ginyu as a frog, right?
Yeah. But it was the entire Ginyu Force though, like, as themselves.
Yeah, all the Dragon Ball Xenoverse games are on sale on Xbox. What is it? Xenoverse 2 is $11.99 right now. Xenoverse is $7.99.
I would pick up Xenoverse 2 because Xenoverse 2 is basically just Xenoverse 1 again.
Oh, is it?
It
Wow.
is. It's like, oh no, they've done it again. We've got to stop them again.
Okay, I was looking at these and I saw one of the DLCs is Goku. How is Goku a DLC for a
There's
Dragon
probably
Ball Z
different
game?
forms of Goku, like Goku Black
I want to
and
say it was original Goku. Let me look. While we're talking, it's Xenoverse 1, and then maybe no, it was Xenoverse 2. I know they're the different stuff, but I remember seeing one that was it just said Goku. Maybe it was something else. Anyways, yeah, the Xenoverse games though, like they're I've I'm debating on picking up. I was debating on picking up one of them because they're so cheap right now.
yeah, and like and first, like, you know, the DLC stuff. You know, I'm seeing, you know, Brawly. I'm seeing, you know, Super Saiyan Blue stuff. I'm seeing Vegeta Super Saiyan God. I'm seeing Goku Black. I'm seeing Ultra Instinct Goku. I mean, they got modern stuff. But like stuff that I know that Kakarot's not gonna have. But yeah, just Kakarot's just it's a disappointment. It really
I
is,
mean, they may add stuff, right?
and they probably will. But I know Beerus is in at the end, of course. Oh, one thing that I tried to do during the Frieza fight, because and you transform into the controls. Oh, I didn't mention the controls. The controls fucking suck. Holy shit, the controls. Like when you're flying around, like up is like right bumper, like to fly upwards, and flying down is right trigger. That is not that's not how I feel like that should control at all. And it's just a lot of the controls just feel wrong. And I'm playing on PC, meaning that I get better load screens. That's it. I get better load screens because the frame rate is capped.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and
That's
it wasn't, and it wasn't until I found there's a bug, um, where I thought the frame rate was capped at fucking 30. But apparently there's a bug on the PC version. When you
great.
have
Just on the PC?
well, you don't have VSync on consoles, and that's what
Okay.
causes this bug. And you need VSync because holy shit, there was tearing when it was off.
Does VSync work if you don't have a monitor capable of it, though?
Well, when you have a monitor that's capable of it, you usually have it off in the game. Like if you turn it on, you have to use the actual monitor controls to turn on VSync. But if you don't have a monitor that supports it, you turn on in game and it does it through the software.
Oh, so you can actually get VSync through soft, even if you're okay, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I thought it just didn't work. Like, G-Sync. You don't get any benefits of that if your monitor doesn't support it.
Right. I mean, because I mean, if you have it off, there's just tearing left and right. I mean, you need to have it on. But if you play on full screen with VSync on, you're capped at 30. But if you go full screen borderless, then you can with the VSync on, then you can have 60 frames. Like it's a dumb bug, but yeah. But yeah, this is such a disappointment. So yeah, pick up Xenoverse instead.
Yeah, like I said, it's like $11.99 on Xbox right now. I don't know if it's on sale like other places, but I saw Xbox had it on sale, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Guess I can look real quick
Yeah,
on
on
Steam.
it's $10 on Steam.
Oh, okay, nice. So the Universe 2 is just one, you said?
It's essentially the same game,
So that's
and like
it's
all
kind
of
of
the
disappointing.
DLC is also half price.
Yeah. It's probably because, Kakarot's out. They're trying to be like, hey, you want more Dragon Ball Z? Check out these games. You know, reduced price. Okay, so is that all you've been up to, or?
Um. Well, okay. Modern Warfare came out with a title patch this week. Um, it added 5 more custom let out slots, which is great. Because we were just stuck at with 5, so now we have 10. That's fantastic. Um, it added a new weapon, crossbow, which is a marksman rifle, it's under the marksman rifle. And then to unlock it, you have to get 5 kills with a marksman rifle using a reflex scope on 25 different matches. And I suck with the marksman rifle. Like when I have like an SMG or an assault rifle, I can snap people. I can just no problem aiming at people. You put a sniper rifle or a marksman rifle in my hand, I forget which end the bullets come out of or how to aim. I can't. I don't. It's so dumb.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Yeah, and
That's
then
the Goku pack.
yeah, like it's just Goku. Like, so Goku isn't in fighters. Like,
No, he is. These are different versions of Goku.
because it just shows Goku. Like on this one, it just shows regular Goku.
Maybe he's not. What the fuck? I thought.
It
I don't know
says
what that
Goku is
is.
a new playable character. 5 alternate colors of his outfit. Yeah, because I know they have like every single different type of Goku, but I didn't. I thought main Goku would have been like in the game. I know they have like, oh, here's GT Goku and here's Rose Goku, or here's the, but like regular Goku is $5. That's kind of weird.
That's fucking dumb. Okay, yeah.
Do you have fighters?
No.
Okay, okay. I thought you did for some reason. I get that.
No, cause
That
I'm.
makes sense now. Why you don't know about this?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I saw this and I was just like, wait, what? How do you not have Goku in the game? Like he's the main character. Like, I mean, arguably, I wish they would have, went stuck with Gohan when they were trying to make Gohan. But, anyways, Call of Duty.
Yes, Call of Duty. Um, I see. I'm trying to think of what else. Marksman rifle. One of the maps have some of the maps have slightly changed. I know, for instance, the Piccadilly map, um, where it's always nighttime there on that map. Now it shows like a sunrise, like the sun is kind of slightly starting to come up. So maybe as the more title updates come along, maybe the sun goes across the sky as the game continues to go. So like that'd be kind of cool how a map can change like that. So I'm trying to think of what else really. We kind of talked a little bit about this before the show. The Call of Duty League, which is they're trying to do the Overwatch League thing, with like having like these certain teams, and like here you can buy uh, here's a pack for each individual team. So you can wear their outfits and have a watch and an emblem and a calling card, whatever. Well, apparently, according to I saw a couple videos on Reddit, there's a big ass bug with those outfits, and that's if you're a certain distance away, when you're not looking down scope at them, they disappear. Like flat out, the character vanishes.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that would suck in like something like Call of Duty League. When like all of a sudden a character appears out of nowhere. Yeah, that would kind of suck. There's a couple bugs with this new patch, of course. And of course, there's gonna be more patches to fix these. But yeah, I play on with mouse and keyboard, and next to the spot on the screen where it shows like, hey, here's the number of friends you have online. It shows a big old Xbox Y button that says social. Like, I'm not using a controller, so why is that there? And it's just permanently there. So the issues that I've had with this update have been more of a UI issues, outside of the game, nothing during the game. So, but really, that's it. That's kind of the only 2 games I've been playing lately.
Well, for me, it's gonna be way shorter. I've only really been dabbling with Sky Factory, Minecraft. That's about it.
Okay,
I've
right, yeah, because
watched,
you have a server now.
yeah, yep, and I've completed the first page of stuff.
Okay, cool.
So, there's still a ton of stuff to do in it, of course, because Sky Factory 4 is massive.
Yes, it is.
So much to it. And so much that, even when we played before, we didn't even get to or even know about,
Right,
but we did wrong.
right.
So, yeah, it's and trying to and it's taken me longer. It's taken me a while to get, you know, through stuff because it's like, I'm like, oh, so yeah, Stewart was the one who did this stuff. Stewart handled that. Stewart did that. Crap. Now I got to figure out how to do this. Like all the chests and the hoppers and all that stuff, and
Oh, uh-huh.
the creating the furnace and all that different stuff, and um yeah, my world is like there's some cool stuff, but it's kind of a mess. It's not the prettiest. I definitely need to spend some time doing some cleanup, but yeah, I've got I did my mob killing room, which we did before, but I have added stuff to it.
Okay,
Like, not only does it collect stuff when it kills them, but it also collects all their XP, and collects their essence or whatever, and then it gets sucked into uh some machine that turns it into XP, and then it's transferred to a pylon, which you can, you know, just take and take XP or store XP as you need,
right,
and that's right next to a crafting, or not a crafting, but a enchantment table with all the books and stuff, and auto enchanter I have as well, which you just put XP and it like You put XP in it, and then you put a item in it, and then it just automatically gives you random stuff on it. And then I have a like dechanter or whatever where you can like take stuff off an item and put it on in a book, which I have an auto fisher, whatever. So like whenever I get like random enchanted stuff from it, I can be like, oh, this has this bow that I or this fishing rod that I got from the auto fisher has mending on it. Okay, I can take that, put it in the dechanter or whatever it's called, and
Okay.
get a book, you know, stuff like that. So it's just something to do while I'm, you know, it's just s- mindless fun, you know. It's like, oh, there's nobody online to really play anything, and I don't feel like diving into something that's gonna be like, you know, like I'm gonna really have to pay attention to and get invested in.
Right.
Let's hop in Minecraft. So yeah, there's that, and then was it? I have watched some streams. Well, a stream of Tim Tim.
I
Boy, that
watched the
looks
Giant Bomb
interesting.
video of it. Like I started watching the Giant Bomb video of it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like cool. Oh, but no, I don't feel like watching. I playing it though.
It's Pokemon.
It's Pokemon. It's straight up Pokemon.
It's a
Yeah,
Pokemon MMO, and right now it's only two-player co-op, I think. Which
yeah.
I sent an email trying to get codes, but I haven't even gotten a rejection response. So,
They probably have a bunch because
eh.
it's kind of popular right now.
But I couldn't find. I had to ask I had to ask a friend for because he got a couple codes. I had to ask a friend like what the email was because I could not find because it's being published through Humble Bundle, and I could not
Ah, okay.
find like a good email address for them. And even after I got the email like from a friend, I was like I was searching that in Google trying to see if that would pop up somewhere, and I couldn't even find that. I couldn't even find it that way. So yeah. But yeah, it's early. Was it early access right now? It's $35. They say it's like the full release will probably be next year,
Next year.
2021.
Yeah.
Tim Tims are pretty much Pokemon, different types, stuff like that. Instead of gyms, they're dojos. Um, there's I don't know the types are they have types, but they're not quite the same types as Pokemon. You know, but I guess they still have weakness. There's still kind of a rock paper scissor type system as well, because that's what Pokemon is at its core.
Right.
So it looks fun. I watched one of my friends stream it and I think I watched like one stream of it, and then I was like, yeah, well, even if I had this game, like I couldn't really play with them because it's only two players. So that's why when I was trying to get the code, I was like, oh, he got two codes, maybe I get two codes, and then we could play it.
I wouldn't say
But
no.
I haven't even gotten a rejection. So which I'll tell you, I get a lot of rejection emails.
Yeah.
But
I've gotten a couple.
oh, that's weird. That's weird. I just saw Batman Arkham Knight gets another free costume on PS4. Earth
I did
2
see
Dark
something
Knight.
about that.
There, I mean, there. We know there's going to be another game.
Yes.
Like they've done weird teases, right? Like they
Yeah, it's
and they've
it's
done.
going to be Court of Owls.
Yeah, was it they posted like three pictures that you could clearly tell were
Go
supposed to be
together.
put together.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've heard people say like, was I think August 4th is like National Owl Day or something like that. So people are speculating maybe that's when it's gonna be released. Because what they did a tease, they yeah, National International Owl Awareness Day is August 4th. They did they I think they threw that tease that puzzle thing or whatever, the three image thing on like National Police Day or something like that. I don't know. It's been weird those what's been going on with that because a lot of people were like, oh, they're gonna announce something at the Game Awards, and then that came and went, nothing happened. Oh, they're gonna,
Right.
people were thinking, oh, on like National or International Penguin Day, they'll announce something, but no, that didn't. That came and went, and I've seen a lot of like speculating stuff, and it's also kind of interesting how this like, oh, this is gonna be a free costume for Arkham Knight, huh? Weird. Anyways, though, yeah, that's it for me. Just Minecraft. Like I w- Destiny. I want to play Destiny, but they just don't. They're just not giving a reason, really. And like, there was a big like community thing that happened this past week, or not this week, but the past week, like last weekend, and the like leading up to it. And I think it got solved this past Sunday, where there was they introduced this like area called the Corridor of Times, where it's like this big like labyrinth area, whatever, and this is where shit gets crazy, Stuart. There's this big area where you can like it's like a giant maze, I guess. I haven't actually entered it myself, but apparently like it just goes on and on and on. And um there was you're able to go to like a spot and you're able to like input like codes or whatever for like there are certain codes for there's like a code you can input for emblem, and then there's codes you can input for lore, and then there's another area where you're able to look at codes that change, or you're able to see certain codes and stuff, and it changes per person, per character, like every hour or couple hours or something like that. And it led to like the top Twitch streamers all coming together and having people submit photos of people and what their codes were, and into a spreadsheet where like, and it turned out like there was over like 5,000 different people who submitted, and all to do craziness to solve this. And I didn't quite understand it. Like, I it was confusing, but crazy enough, like one of the big Twitch streamers for Destiny, Glad, he ended up getting during all this, he ended up getting like 25,000 subs to his Twitch channel, and I think he's like now the fourth biggest Twitch streamer or whatever. And
Uh.
it was like it this whole thing was crazy. Like it took like almost a whole week you know, for them to solve. And like I said, like there were like the top Twitch streamers were spending like hours and out like nonstop pretty much, like looking at spreadsheets, looking at people who submitted their images and they would, you know, say, "Oh no, this is false," or "This is what the heck was that?"
I have no idea.
But like it got insane. Like I said, to the point where you looked and the top Twitch streamers, it was just their camera. And then it wasn't, they weren't even playing Destiny, they were looking at spreadsheets where they would click on, like, images to look at other people's images, and they would like, "Oh, let's invert this image so we can see the stuff better," and, like, they were doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and people are like, "Oh, what is this gonna be like? What's gonna be at the end of this?" What's gonna once this does get solved, what's gonna be the reward? Is it just gonna be like, oh, it's just gonna be a new ghost skin, or is it gonna be a new weapon? Is it gonna be a new area? Cause like, or new something? Cause like, when the first was it one of the raids, when the first raid team beat at the raid, it activated this cutscene and added a new like multiplayer map, and it changed the Dreaming City to a 3-week cursed cycle. So, like,
Right.
people were like, "Oh, what's gonna happen when this actually gets solved?" And it turns out you get a quest for a weapon that was already on the roadmap for next week. So you get this quest for a weapon on the roadmap 1 week early.
So, in other words, you get nothing. Good day, sir.
Pretty much. And I'm not, I don't know if I'm, like, getting across, like, literally, like, these streamers were going, like, barely any hour, or, barely any sleep. Like, was it glad, like, I was watching one night because I was just playing Minecraft and I couldn't really sleep much, and then, you know, he, like, he ends up putting his like, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a few hours of sleep," and he literally puts his camera on his bed and shows him sleeping because he's and he has a hype train going, and his hype train kept going while he was sleeping. Like, I don't get that. Like me, I was like, "Okay,
Stream.
I'm not gonna watch somebody sleep. I'm turning this off." But I heard after the fact that, like, he was still, like, making, like, so much money, and there were people gifting, like, hundreds of subs to him, like, single people gifting hundreds and hundreds of subs, and,
Eh,
like,
must be great to like make like a bunch of money while you sleep.
really? Like, he I think it was, one day alone, he made, like, $25,000. 25,000 in one day. Like,
Takes me
it
months to earn that much. Months.
yeah, right? Like, that's the that's more than, like, if you had a minimum wage job, right? Well, depending on where you live. Here, minimum wage is, like, ridiculously low.
725.
Yeah, okay, that's the same here. Okay.
It's
It
a national.
No, minimum wage is higher, other places.
I thought it was national.
I I think I've heard it's higher other places. Maybe I'm wrong. Crap. Did I just minimize that? Uh, too many windows open.
Okay, yeah,
But
it is. Like California, it's 12.
yeah, see, because the cost of living is a lot higher there than say
Colorado, it's
Oklahoma.
11. Connecticut, 11.
Which I mean, that's what it should be. Like $7 is like $7.25 an hour is like ridiculously too low. But
See,
yeah,
that's the federal.
what's was it? Oh crap, 7.5.
Yeah, Oklahoma is
Times
7.25.
yeah times 40 times 2. Yeah, see, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks, minimum wage here and there, $15,000. So yeah, he made more than he made almost in one day, almost double, you know, a whole year's worth of work for minimum wage here. So yeah, I don't know, and it was crazy because I guess people were really wanting to support him and everyone else solving it, and like I said, like days and days of them, and it got to the point where they were like, "Man, I hate this. Like, I want to shoot something. I want to actually play the game." But it was just, and you know, people were they were just looking through images, and it got to the point where I think they were talking about, "Oh yeah, we just hired a bunch of people to help look through the spreadsheets and you know look through the links and images and stuff." Like this was a huge thing. Like it was it was like a what are they called? Like the crypto puzzles or whatever.
Uh huh.
Like it was just a huge thing, and it just turns out, oh no, it's what you just got what you were gonna get a week early. And it's like, well, don't put it on the roadmap. If you did not put that weapon on the roadmap, this would have been great, I think. 'Cause, it weirdly enough, the community came together, people who maybe weren't, like these top streamers who could figure out or understand, they could still go to the area and take a screenshot of their own thing to help. That's what all the streamers were saying. They were like, you could help us by just sending us your screenshots so that we can see, different, oh, that's a new different combination of these symbols. Or I don't really understand any of it, to be honest. It was all like Greek to me, but
Right.
because it was so complex. But apparently, like, yeah, apparently it was real helpful that people sent in their own personal screenshots, and they were like, yeah, you can do one per character, and it reset like every hour or 2 hours or something like that. And I think there was like 5,000 different people, or over 5,000 different combinations between everyone who sent in, or I don't know. It was very confusing, but yeah, it's just fizzled out, and just another reason why it's like, well, it's a cool emblem that you get from inputting that one code, so maybe I should go load in and do that. But yeah, this season's really been kind of lackluster compared to last. And I know last season we had the Shadowkeep, we had that content drop along with the season, but I don't know. It's gonna be rough for Destiny, I think. Like they need to figure
Yeah.
out something because there's just no end game. Like there's no real nothing. There's no challenge. Like yes, they've introduced ways to get new or to get weapons with different roles, and they have PvE activities where you can farm for the best role of these different weapons, but there's nothing to use those weapons on. No, there's nothing challenging. I think that's the big issue is, they're adding new PvE content, but it's nowhere near, in-game levels. Like it's, you could jump in and pretty much do the new stuff within a reasonable time. Like,
And that's what they want.
yeah, that's true, but like it gets to a point where like you're
Where like
I s-
you're not making your old players happy by making your new players be able to do everything. You're not you're just pissing off your fans.
yeah, and it gets to the
Cuz
point
like
where it's like
there's no point in actually doing anything because everybody gets to anybody can do it. So what's the point of even doing it?
exactly, and it's just the fact that there's no challenge. That's the biggest like you don't want like whenever a game whenever like for example, I when I picked up Diablo 3, I was playing with Pantsless Steve and he gave me like these modded weapons or modded items or whatever and I became god mode where I could kill everything quickly and that kind of ruined the game for me. There was no challenge.
Sure.
Like and legit kind of upset about that. Like cuz everyone rants and raves about Diablo but like, you know, or at least Diablo 3 and I played it maybe a couple different sessions, and it is just, you know, there's no challenge for me because of those, because I've got that, and what was it? Another example, firefight in Halo for Reach. You were able to add modifiers and stuff that made it easier versus ODST, where you weren't really able to do that. And for me, that wasn't as fun, you know. Firefight and ODST was more fun than Reach for me because there was more difficulty. You didn't have the option to add modify or add skulls or whatever that made it easier for you,
Hmm.
which that's what everyone I played with wanted to do. They wanted to add, these skulls because they were like, "Oh, it makes it more fun because it's easier." And I'm like, "Well, no, that doesn't make it fun for me. I want a challenge." I don't want like I don't want a game to be as challenging as, say, like, Dark Souls, you know, but I do like games to be somewhat challenging. That's why, especially loot-based games where, you know, the point of the point of going for that roll on a weapon or, whatever is so that it makes it a little easier for doing harder content. But when you can do the content with whatever gear, doesn't matter what gear you have, you kinda lose you kinda lose the ability to or the will to, chase those roles. At a point, it's just, "Oh, I'm just collecting them just to collect them." So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting what next season has in store for Destiny 2. Like, they're they it was Luke Smith, he teased some stuff for next season, like, back before Shadowkeep even came out, like, during his, huge, like, multi-paged articles that he called the director's cut, where he was
Okay.
being, like, transparent. Like, he was talking about all kinds of stuff. He teased that, "Oh, season 10 is gonna be a big thing," and all this and that, so, hopefully, there's that, but, like, I don't know. It's just it sucks because it's so much fun to shoot things in Destiny. And I think that's one of the only reasons why I'm really with Destiny is because I like the way the gunplay feels. But it's just more as time goes on, I'm playing less and less and less and less. So. Anyways, I guess we can get into some news. We have a couple topics.
Yeah, we can get some news. I only found one, I only have one thing. Um, and mine's weird. Mine's odd. Uh, there's now is an official Pokemon ASMR.
Official,
Official.
like from Game Freak.
Uh huh.
Wow, that's weird.
Oh no, well no, it's not from Game Freak. It's from the Pokemon company.
Okay, well, I mean that's
So it's
close enough. Yeah.
official. And see, there's two of them. One is Chespin eating snacks, and the other one is Charmander sleeping. And we will enjoy these together. Give me a second. Like here is the here
The
is
top
the
comment.
oh
Oh yeah.
what was the
I still don't get the ASMR trend. I honestly thought it was a sexual thing for a long time. That pretty much sums it up for me.
yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't quite get it myself.
In theory, I get it, but I don't get it. It just does for me personally. I just
Yeah, I'll just here's the Chespin. Chespin's happy snack time.
oh, that's loud.
That was loud for me too.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yep, that was yeah.
Can't do it. Mm-mm.
And then yeah, here's just Charmander sleeping next to a fire. That's all this one is.
All it is the sound of a fire crackling, right? I,
Well, okay, it did start out, see, this is how it started out though. With Charmander lighting the fire with his tail.
yeah, but it's just like the fire. It's not like you hear him breathing in his sleep, right?
I don't know. This is 30 minutes long, so you might.
Uh,
I'm just doing a. Yeah.
huh. I like the sound of a crackling fire.
I can't figure out what that was playing still. Oh,
I had a fire in my fireplace last night and was like, oh, this is nice.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's that. Yeah, there's official Pokemon ASMR.
Weird.
So yeah,
Yeah, I've
that was
seen like
really all I
I've
found.
I, I've s- I've seen like Twitch channels where there's like people like they have their mics and they're like rubbing balloons on the mics and shit, and I'm like, I don't get this. What? Like they're doing weird shit. Like, and it's on like
I
Twitch, and
I
it's
don't
like,
get the sound one, but like the Rooster Teeth documentary, "The World's Greatest Head Massage," that one, I could totally go for that one. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Because literally, like somebody like rubbing my scalp, I get just tingles all over.
I mean, yeah, but that's not ASMR. That's
Yes, it is.
actual like
No, that's
that's someone
ASMR.
actually touching you, right?
No, that is it is a ASMR.
That you're talking about physical touching, right?
Yeah, it ASMR is not sound. Is not only sound. It is touching too. It's
Oh,
an
I didn't know that.
ASMR. It's an anonymous, autonomous sensory meridian response. So it's not just sound.
Tingling or sensation that typically begins on the scalp and well, if they're rubbing your scalp, then yeah, you're gonna have a
Well,
tingling
yes,
sensation.
but
on
yes, but like it is that you
and
get
that's connected to your
goosebumps.
spine.
Like it's
So,
like the like you get goosebumps kind of a thing.
okay. Like I understand, like if someone's like massaging you and or stuff like that, you can get that feeling and
That's
stuff.
ASMR.
But like the internet ASMR stuff, no, I don't get that
Yes,
at
the internet
all.
ASMR is stuff like this of just people just talking really close to the mic and whispering.
It's just creepy.
How's it going, William? Well,
No, I don't. It's creepy, and I wish you would stop. Cause oh god, no!
he pulled his headphones off.
I can't do that. No, no. Like that, I've heard.
Is this any better? How about this one?
With,
This is a little different,
I can't do smacking sounds. Like no, that's where I draw the line. But I don't know. It's I guess Pokemon ASMR makes as much sense as anything else.
Sure.
Oh, something that also makes sense is a remake of Knights of the Old Republic,
I welcome it wholeheartedly.
or possibly a reimagining, as some people are thinking, because they would it would have with the way the continuity is, the way the canon is now, it might have to be like a reimagining. They may have to
I don't see
take.
how. It literally there is nothing about it about the Knights of the Old Republic that doesn't make sense.
Well, that's true, but I mean, like, I don't know, like Disney may want to change some things, or whoever's in charge of the Star Wars lore or whatever, because there's probably like a team whose sole job is to make sure the lore makes sense now, since they
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's nothing about the lore that can't still fit in.
or like a reimagining where they do both games into one, like this article is kind of talking about.
Oh, sure, yeah, like have do both of them and sell them together. Sure, yes.
Which
Um,
I have not played one or two either, and it's something that I've always thought about going to, but there's always been the rumors of a remake,
right. Um,
and it's just
like
the
there's
graphics are
been
just
fans that have been trying to do like a graphic mod to make it 4K, just completely overhaul the map to make it look fantastic. But
I mean, 4K isn't the issue. It's all the textures and stuff like that,
No, no,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They completely re overhaul the entire.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And we've talked about this on our on here.
Yeah, there's been a lot there's a lot behind this, but like if they could make like maybe take the same uh make take the same was it effort as they did with the Old Republic
Mm-hmm.
and it into like remaking 1 and 2, maybe into like just Knights of the Old Republic, like just 1, you know, then
Sure,
I would be so on board with that cuz
the controls probably could use an overhaul because they don't. Because yeah, playing the old game now, it's just like yeah, you got to realize that the control schemes back then weren't what they are today.
yeah,
Um,
it's
just
2003,
just
17 years ago.
still make it turn based. Not necessarily turn based. It was it was more of a queue. Like you would queue up attacks. It wasn't
You
necessarily
say
turn based.
turn-based, but you look at Final Fantasy VII, that was turn-based, and that remake isn't gonna be turn-based.
Yeah, well, you can make it turn based.
Can you? The
There's yes,
remake?
there's gonna be an option to make
Oh,
it turn based.
that's interesting. But yeah, I would so be on board for this because, like I said, I do want to play these games, but I'm just afraid that it just might not hold up graphically and you
Graphically,
know
maybe not. It does.
ga-
I can tell you right now, it doesn't. Story wise,
gameplay
totally.
gameplay being a bit hard to since I'm used to how games play now. Yeah, the story is something that like pretty if it's a good story, it's gonna always hold up. Unless like, there's like references to stuff like that, you know, is not, what's it called? Politically correct per se or stuff like that, like
I don't think so.
I'm just saying like in general, like a good story holds up.
Yeah, this one would totally hold up. I mean, they did in the latest Star Wars movie. Slight spoiler: they did make the Night of the Old Republic stuff canon. So I mean, there is that, which I really wish I would have caught it because when I saw it in theaters, I totally missed it. I
Yeah.
know where it would show up, but I missed it. So, but yeah, I would love this. Absolutely love this.
Yeah. Like I am so on board and was it apparently like one of the leaks was from the same source that leaked the Obi-Wan show. So there's some credible, nature to this, which
I mean,
sadly the Obi-Wan show has been delayed.
there's been talks of doing something with the old Republic stuff, because I think there was a rumored movie that was going to be made.
Possibly, yeah. I
Um,
know that's what a lot of people have wanted is them to explore.
right, that's what uh, DB Weiss and David Benioff were working on. Like that's what they were tied to was a was supposedly was rumored a Knights of the Old Republic trilogy.
Which I mean, that's where Star Wars would be cool to go, like with the movies,
I think
because
so too.
is so far from the Skywalker, you know,
Like
There's not
I want him
Skywalker in
right.
in the Knights of the Old Republic, right?
I
There's
want
no
him
Skywalker.
to go back before the rule of two. That's what I want. I want him to go back before the rule of two, where there was more than one Sith, or more than two Sith at a time, when there was a bunch.
I mean, yeah, that's a loosely thing, right? Because there's always been like, I mean, there's been like dark. They haven't been like, I guess, officially Sith, but they're close enough. There's been close enough, right? Like in the
Yeah,
prequels,
I mean, yeah, sure.
because you had the Emperor, but
I'm
you
talking
had
about when there was
Dooku,
a
then you
fucking
had
army of
Grievous,
Sith.
and yeah,
When there was a fucking army of Sith, like that's what I want to go back to.
yeah. Back when the planet was actually populated, right? You mean like the race of Sith or the
No, no, I wasn't talking about the actual
okay,
race. Like I was talking about the like in night like in like Knights of the Old Republic. You know, a bunch of them.
yeah, okay, yeah. I'd be so on board for this, and I know a lot of people are, and it's like we've talked about it before. Like it was 6 years EA's had the license, and they've really done not a lot with it. They put out two Battlefront games that really were mediocre and controversial, and then just recently they came out with the was it Fallen
Fallen Order,
Jedi? Fallen
Fallen
Order?
n-
Yeah.
Star Wars
Jedi
Jedi
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Yeah. So it's like y- it's baffling that there's only been like really like because Battlefront 2 is more of the same is more of the first, so
Right,
like
they've made two and
two
a half
games.
games.
Yeah. So like it's baffling because you would think like, oh, they should be putting out more games, and there's been more canceled projects than actual projects, right? Just about. At least it
Yeah,
feels that way. So hopefully this pans out true, and hopefully it's like more like hopefully this isn't too far away. Hopefully they've been working on this in secrecy, and it's like, like Valve.
well, from recent reports from Valve, Valve is doing nothing. They don't do any. They don't make games anymore.
Well, they got that Alex, Half-Life Alex.
Yeah, but that's it. They don't really make games anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That Left
They
4
are
Dead 3
definitely
rumor
not making Left 4 Dead
was
3. For
smashed.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, would you like yeah, you say that, but like even if you were, you wouldn't tell us until
Well,
they were
they
ready to tell us.
said that let's see, I'm trying to think of what it actually said. I was like sure at one point we were talking about it and thinking about it, but we never did, and we might have messed with the idea, but it didn't go much farther than that, and that was years ago.
Yeah, that's a shame. But I mean, there's so many mods for that game.
We keep talking about going back to those mods, but we never do.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many mods to that game. So if people want more Left 4 Dead too, at least on PC, you can get more Left 4 Dead. So
Yeah.
versus something like give us a Portal 3. I want a Portal 3. Portal 2 was so good. But anyways, what's my next topic. Oh, just something kind of quick. Remember Vine?
Quick. I get
I honestly didn't mean to, but okay.
it.
Um, remember Vine? Vine was
Sure.
cool.
Yeah,
It was like
it's now TikTok.
six. Well, I mean, that's what the community has, I guess, adopted. Yeah, it didn't become TikTok, like literally,
No,
right?
no,
Okay.
no. It was
Yeah.
musically
Yeah. Okay.
became TikTok.
Um, looks apparently though the co-founder of Vine has launched a new 6-second video app called Byte. So that's cool.
Something tells me this is not going to take over like Vine did, because
Yeah, I
TikTok is still a thing, and
yes,
TikTok is longer.
that's true. But I don't know. I like the whole appeal of Vine because it was 6 seconds.
Right,
So it
and then
inspired
Twitter
creativity.
did nothing with it. Like Twitter bought Vine and then demolished it. It just erased it.
Yeah. But I mean like it inspired creativity, you know.
It did.
And that's I just boy, I still see Vine compilation videos on YouTube pop up here and there, and like I enjoyed that because it was so short. It wasn't like this big long crazy video that you'd have to sit through. It was just oh that's kind of funny, or that was clever the way they did that, or you know, and it was always a man. I should have thought of that.
Right.
Half the time that was my reaction. Damn it! Why didn't I think of something like that?
Like there
But
was, there was one I will never forget it. It was a dude who had a broom underneath him, and he jumped, but like every time he hit the height of his jump, that's when they would record the split second. So like he just moved forward a bit, jump, move forward a bit, jump, move forward a bit, jump. So it looked like by the end he was just floating, flying on the broom.
it was. I think my favorite was the dude who did the surprise, motherfucker. True Lies, motherfucker, and he'd hold a like DVD of True Lies. Some fries, motherfucker. And he'd hold up some fries. Oh, oh, I love that one so much. Of course, the surprise motherfucker came from Dexter, right?
Dexter, yeah.
Yeah. So that man, I think about that. Oh, I reference that quite a bit more than you think I would, but at least around my friends in real life, we would we would bring that up all the time. But the Vine compilation, that is.
Right.
Um, so I don't think this is gonna, because like how many times does the co-founder of this makes another thing, and how many times does that actually work out? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I can't think of one,
I can't think
but
of one either.
so yeah, that's sad, but like I don't know. Hopefully, maybe it can catch on, and I don't know, but I just miss Vine. Vine was fun to watch, and like I said, it was just the fact that it was just, it was 6 seconds, and you didn't it made people have to be creative, and it didn't take long. You could watch through. You could I got 5 minutes to spend. I could sit through a bunch of these. So that's all I got though. There wasn't a whole lot of news. Um, taking a quick glance just to make sure. Oh, Uncharted movie release date has been pushed back. It's not coming out this year. What a
Oh,
shocker,
really?
considering
You know,
they
they
don't
don't
have
have
a
a
director.
director, so they're not going to release it? Huh.
They
Imagine
lost their
that.
sixth director recently. Was it March
Hey,
5th, 2021, which before it was going to be December 2020. I mean, I don't know. I hate the fact because I think an Uncharted movie would be kind of cool, considering it is going to be like a prequel, right? Young Nathan Drake,
yeah. Yeah.
Tom Holland, and I like Tom Holland. He doesn't have luck with like movies outside of Spider-Man, right? Because like, doesn't he have that movie with Daisy Ridley that's like in developmental hell, or
Something, yeah. That sounds familiar.
where like I think Daisy Ridley's like blonde in that movie, and she looks very weird because I only know her as Ray, and
Right.
seeing her like with blonde hair just like, oh no, that's weird. But and now this, so who knows? Yeah, that's the only thing that new that popped up for me. So yeah, this was it. This movie is like one of the on running jokes, right? Like it's just had the worst luck in the recent times for movies.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's the podcast. If this doesn't, unless I guess news really picks up again next week, we may go back to our I recommend style show next week.
Oh, I'm planning on it.
Yeah, unless something major happens, I guess. But, if this week didn't, you know, if this if this week's any indication of next week, yeah. Which, we're watching some stuff, got more stuff to talk about. So,
Same.
yeah. But be sure to check out our website, the Geeks FTW, for links to our Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at the Geeks FTW. Stuart's at Casual Terror, and I'm at Geeky William. And we'll catch you next time.
Bye. And remember, no animals were harmed in making this podcast.
Did I?
I was going to tell you something.
Yes.
I forgot what it was now. Damn it. Fucking hate when that happens.
There's rumors of a Brandon Routh Superman show, by the way.
Huh.
I don't know how that would work considering they're doing the Tyler, whatever his name is, Superman show. Also, I saw, what was it? What kind of sucks? I kind of hate the fact that this got out, but apparently Tom Welling refused to put on the suit for the Crisis cameo.
Oh, that does suck. Why?
So that's why his cameo. I don't know if you know about his cameo, but that's why his cameo was the way
Yeah,
his cameo was.
we talked about it.
Yeah, where apparently gave up his powers somehow.
Yeah.
They didn't really like clarify. And Lex Luthor is also president in that universe, which wasn't that teased in Smallville? Like he had like Lex had that dream where he was like
Oh,
president in
it's
that white suit.
season one. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
where he's like the entire ground is littered with skeletons, and it starts raining blood on him.
yeah. He's in that white suit, and
Uh huh.
so that was kind of cool. They paid that off, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they could do a Brandon Routh Superman show. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but um, Sony still hopes to shoot Uncharted sometime this year. Needs a director first. That's the first sentence for
Yes.
Polygon's article. Apparently, their delay bumps Masters of the Universe, so that's getting delayed because Uncharted got delayed and it's taking its spot. I don't care. I was never a He-Man fan, to be honest. Making an effort to watch some certain things so I can talk about them next week. Some sort of big things. What are they doing on there?
Right now, I'm just looking at that Left 4 Dead 2 mods.
Oh, you are? They kept updating that Helm's Deep one, right?
I don't know. I don't remember the website we used to use.
Let's see. Do I have it bookmarked? I may have it bookmarked. Hold on.
Version 26.
Oh wow.
And that's the one that's on Steam.
Yeah,
I don't.
that was a pretty cool one.
I'm thinking because well, at the time when we were doing it though, the Steam Workshop wasn't as good as
Wasn't
it
what
is
it
now.
is. Yeah. I've got a speaking of workshop, I got a friend who him and I have been talking, and apparently, he does like D&D in real life, and I was saying, oh yeah, I've never played D&D, and he was like, oh, we should play online, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'd be down for that, and he was telling me about, oh, people do it on this, and I'm like, oh, there's probably something on
Roll 20.
Tabletop Simulator that can help, with that, and so that might be a thing that happens if him
I
and I
want to do it
actually get
too.
serious about it.
I want to do it too.
I figured you would. Don't
I want
worry.
to do it too. I want to do it too.
I figured you would. So yeah, that would be that. That may be a thing. I found an article from PC Gamer 2 that I shared with him where it was like, uh, is I posted on. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I shared this with him that I had found. So it is, it is at least as of that article, it's possible, and it runs surprisingly well. And that was like
I
2
mean,
years
yeah. I
ago.
mean,
So there
this
might
is
be
like
more support.
one of the key things that tabletop simulator is for. Is
Yeah,
for
I figured.
D
Yeah.
and D.
Yeah, this article talks about like, yeah, tabletop, and then if you could all there's also roll20.net or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, I've played around with that with that too.
So, yeah, this might be a thing. And now that I know you're interested, kind of figured you'd be interested, but I'll tell him, and maybe we can get a game going. Oh, there we go. Oh, was it next month the Mewtwo Strikes Back remake comes out, right?
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it. Like it's the first movie again.
Yeah. Was it I I was listening to a kind of funny podcast, and Tim Geddes on there was like, yeah, I'll watch it and I'll be crying when Pikachu is slapping Pikachu. And I'm like, I cried as a kid during that part. That was such a I mean, as a kid, that was such an emotional like thing. Like just
Yeah,
seeing Pikachu slapping Pikachu, and the real Pikachu's not even doing fighting back. He refuses to fight back. I think that's end of February. I want to say like the 27th. Was it? I been watching a show. Well, I watched the first season like a while ago, like maybe last year, and then second season came out on like Netflix. It's what's it called? It's with Christina Hendricks. I think that's her name. The redhead from Mad Men.
Uh huh.
I think it's called Good Girls. Yeah, it's about like oh run of the mill like soccer mom ends up like her and her friends are all in bad situations that they end up like they start out robbing like a grocery store and stuff like that, and then it turns out to spiral into this big thing where they're cleaning counterfeit money and all this and that and craziness. I got to a point during the watching the second season where I'm like, I'm gonna stop watching this show, not because it's bad, but because there's no way this is gonna end up good. This is gonna be it's gonna be like a Breaking Bad because it kind of has that feel of a Breaking Bad, where it's like this is gonna be a stressful show the longer it goes. And I'm just not, I just can't handle that. I'm at the point where it's like I don't want to watch something where I'm gonna be stressed out watching, you know?
Yeah.
Like I enjoy Breaking Bad for what it is, but like that was stressful as fuck to watch. And I'm at a point in my life where I don't want that kind of stress, you know. Things were a lot more carefree when I was watching Breaking Bad back then. It's like I want to turn on a goofy anime or, watch something, you know, watch the Kevin Hart documentary series, which was pretty good. Talked about or it like showed like the Oscar scandal, that happened where he was going to host the Oscars and then an old tweet from like 10 years ago popped up
Oh
where
right.
he
Uh huh.
made a joke about his son not being gay or something like that and stuff like that. It's very very interesting. Also, it was interesting because it showed like Kevin Hart has his hand in a lot of things. He does a lot of productions that he stars in and he just produces, and it's crazy what some of these actors, you know, some of these stars, what all they actually do. They keep themselves busy, and it's like if I was that like rich and, you know, famous, I don't like I don't know. I don't think I'd keep myself that busy to the point where it's like, "Oh, you got 2 TV shows and 3 movies coming out in 1 year." That's pretty crazy. I don't know what they're barking at. They just randomly bark at the wind
Shh. What's that? The wind.
or other dogs barking like down the street. Forgot to turn the Alexa on in the living room. I turned that on with some music and that kind of keeps them from like hearing outside noise. Try the new reader. Okay.
Oh, just so you know, um, with my new job, um, I don't know what my commute is going to be like. So,
Okay.
um, I don't. There might be chances because I'm not even sure what my what my hours are yet. So like if I end up working until 5, there's a good chance I will not be home before 6 because of rush hour
Okay.
traffic.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what that's going to be like yet.
Okay. We'll play it by ear. Any
Yeah.
anything that needs to be changed, will. No biggie.
Yeah, but there's a good chance I won't have to wake up as early, so I can at least go. I can go later.
Well, that's always
I
good.
won't. I won't be waking up at 4:30 in the morning. But I mean, there's something kind of good about like waking up so fucking early in the morning, doing work, leaving at 3, and having an afternoon. It's wonderful
Yeah, that is
because you
true.
can do stuff.
I agree that is nice.
Well, I will let you go take care of your dogs. So
Alrighty.
I will.
Oh shit. You know what we could have talked about? The Apex Legends stuff.
I haven't been following it.
Yeah, they're bringing Kings Canyon back, and they're doing like some interesting stuff apparently. And there's a new character, and there's a bunch of stuff. I just totally forgot about it until I was scrolling through and saw something. Oh well.
Next time.
Alrighty. I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty.